airport workers and possibly their family members as well.
Yeah, and I just checked Twitter. Russell Wilson just tweeted 4 minutes ago. He said, "I love this city and I love this team and 12s. Hashtag go Hawks. Why not us? Question mark." So Russell Wilson just pulled through that huge crowd on South 188th Street, and he took to Twitter to thank the 12s for what a great send-off they're getting. They're right at SeaTac Airport now, about to board the plane.
From very early this morning when we saw the team heading out from the VMAC there in Renton, down SeaTac with all of those 12s. And you can see some of the players are now boarding the plane. Do you recognize anybody? I'm looking for the cowboy hat and Michael Bennett, right?
Yeah, Michael Bennett's got the distinctive cowboy hat, and that'll be easy to spot. The players, of course, this is... for most of them, they were here last year. So they call every trip that they take a business trip. Every away game is a business trip. But this is the biggest business trip of all. And they've got experience now. So they know the routine. They know what to expect once they get to Glendale. They know the media circus. And
is that Baldwin right there?
I'm trying to tell. Yep, that's Doug Baldwin.
Oh, yeah. I can recognize him anywhere, okay, folks?
Luke Wilson.
Any woman can.
Hey, all right. He's a good-looking dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the 12s there on the tarmac. Some lucky 12s getting to see their fans up close. And I love how Doug Baldwin walked over to the team. The players, look at these guys. They've got their phones out, taking videos and pictures so that they can remember this moment for the rest of their lives, share it with their kids,
Absolutely.
And look back and just cherish these memories.
So you're going to want to watch out for their Twitter accounts, their Facebook accounts, for all of that video as well.
Yeah, they've got, technology is a beautiful thing. So it's cool that, we just heard from Russell Wilson. Even though we didn't hear him, we heard from him on Twitter. He spoke out, thanking the 12s and really just showing his gratitude for this unbelievable scene as the Seahawks head back on the road to a repeat.
And Russell has been tweeting all morning long. I saw one tweet that he feels very much at peace this morning as they head out to Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, Russell, such a great leader. And you think about, oh, look at this. High fives. There's Curse. There he is, Jermaine Curse. We've been talking about
our hometown boy.
Your hometown boy. I love it when players do this. They kind of go off the schedule. Oh, there's Sherman.
There's Richard Sherman. That's right.
Richard Sherman right behind him. So, is that a selfie stick he's got?
It looks like it. Or a GoPro. It looks like a GoPro even.
GoPro with a cool little handle that he gets to hold. So look out for Jermaine Curse's Twitter handle and Facebook page. Sherman, he's opposing teams hate him, opposing fans hate him, but Seahawks, of course, love him, and this is why.
And I don't think he cares because look at all the support he gets back here at home, where the people that do matter here.
No question. So Richard Sherman and Jermaine Curse going off schedule and heading over to the fans to give them the proper hug, and I love that. He's saying hi to everyone. He's hugging
he's in a good mood.
The people there on the scene. There's a high five.
Pretty friendly fella right there.
Bus driver gets a
Anybody
high five.
else?
Everyone's good. What song do you think he's listening to? Richard Sherman, just rocking his beats.
I don't know. For some reason, I thought Prince.
Prince, yeah, why not?
I would. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So the Seahawks players heading on board the plane. The flight to Glendale, Arizona, to Phoenix. It's about 3 hours.
Yep.
So they'll be there just in a few hours this afternoon. And they'll get ready for their preparations.
That Wilson, by any chance, right there, third one.
Cannot tell. Not sure. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But let's see. Let's see if we can recognize any faces here. Well, we saw Sherman. We saw Curse. Oh, yeah, just not sure.
Yeah, that is Luke Wilson. Yeah, Luke. Oh, I'm sorry. Luke. Hey, we got two, guys.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things, the Wilson to Wilson passes. Luke Wilson.
We've seen a lot of that, too.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you were saying, and John, you were saying that, so today is our day to head down there, the Seahawks heading down to Arizona, but it's tomorrow that the Patriots are heading down there?
They are, yeah. So the New England Patriots don't head out until tomorrow. So the team's taking a slightly different approach. The game, of course, is a week away. Normally, if you're playing an away game...
It's Curse and Sherman?
Curse and Sherman, yep. Boarding, about to get on the plane. So normally on a normal away trip, you don't get to the city you're playing until typically a day before, sometimes 2 days before, and you have a walkthrough of practice. Well, the Super Bowl is a whole different ballgame. They're getting there a week ahead of time, and they've got a full schedule of what's going to be going on. Of course, it's going to be just a circus there in Glendale, Arizona. Media Day is Tuesday, so we'll look forward to that. Of course, it was Media Day last year when the famous Marshawn Lynch interview happened.
Yeah, remember that, folks?
Exactly. Deion Sanders went over and found him and got him to talk. All right, there's Baldwin.
There's Baldwin again.
Going back to the crowd.
You know, and so many people just love this team, but you know why? Not just because they're superb athletes, but we hear so often of how grateful they are for these folks right here. You can see him kind of holding on to his heart, saying thank you so much to all the 12s that headed out that way. Look at that pose. He looks good. He looks good. He looks good.
He's going to take a picture with one of the workers there. Doug Baldwin, a man of the people. You know, Doug Baldwin is such a great character. But, you know, he feels like he's been disrespected by the NFL.
Chip on his shoulder, right? He's
chip on
always
his shoulder.
talking about that.
And he loves that. He loves that aspect, and it really fuels his fire.
Cool dude.
There was a comment last year before the Super Bowl by some analysts, some former wide receivers, saying that the Seahawks wide receivers were pedestrian. Well, Doug Baldwin didn't like that, but he's really clung to that, and he brings it up all the time. He's like, oh, we're pedestrian, are we? Well, of course, he had a great touchdown catch in last year's Super Bowl, and wasn't very pedestrian at that point.
No, it was not.
Outstanding catch, and broke a few tackles to get into the end zone. So, Doug Baldwin, now a man of experience.
Yes.
He's been there before, and so he's got all the confidence in the world. But he still plays with a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't forget.
It's his fuel, for sure. And I could see that when he has his Super Bowl ring. Did you see that? He's wearing that right there.
That's hard to miss. Those Super Bowl rings,
yeah, it is.
About $30,000 worth there on his finger. A beautiful sight. So the players here just taking a moment as they're boarding the plane to just soak it up, get some pictures of the crowd. And it's something that you love, the interaction. The fans and the players, it's just a special thing when you have players who are that willing to interact and be part of the 12th man themselves.
And you can see people like Curse going up to all of these workers, these airport workers, their families, the people who are lucky enough, right, to get so very close as they got off their motorcade buses onto the flight there, the Delta flight carrying them down to Super Bowl 49. Very, very excited. There's Baldwin one more time giving, can I say lucky ladies? Yeah, some hugs out there before he boards the plane.
Oh, love the hugs. Love the hugs. Hugs for everyone. Yeah, our producer pointing out, good point. That's the 12th man flag there being held by one of the flight attendants. An appropriate thing to have on the tarmac.
Soaking it up. You can see that.
These are great pictures, memories that these people will have forever. Love the hugs.
Wondered what kind of accommodations are inside.
Feeling the love. Yeah, you know, when you're the world champions, NFL players, it's going to be pretty nice accommodation.
First class all the way, huh?
Yeah. The Delta plane there, the official airline of the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, you know, they're going to be boarding this flight. They get to Glendale, Arizona this afternoon, but the preparations don't stop. You know, Pete Carroll's on board the plane, and the players all have their tablets, their Surface Pro tablets that they're going to be using to watch game footage. And you think about technology, you know, compared to even 5-10 years ago, how much more you can do in preparation on a plane.
You know who I did not see? Steve Rabel. He's with the team right now, the voice of the Seahawks right now.
He's heading to Arizona, of course, and he's going to be heading our coverage here on Cairo 7. We've talked about the advantage we have. It's almost unfair that we've got a former Seahawks player.
We got him.
We got him, for sure. So Steve Rabel, the voice of the Hawks, is going to be bringing you coverage all week long, every evening. So be checking in, certainly to hear his thoughts as the team prepares, his take on what it's like to be there, what's going through the players' heads. No one has better insight than a former NFL player himself.